Okay. Last game for Stark Sea of Blood today. Oh, it's Free Folk. That's disappointing. Don't do that. Well, it was going to be. I should have waited to see what it was before I started recording. Again, I think I actually would have a reasonable chance with a Sea of Blood deck against Free Folk, but it's just a principle at this point. We don't play that. So last game was Stark Sea of Blood here. We've been trolling on some Greyjoy, but now we've got a sort of mirror match. Stark, Banner of the Lion. This will probably be a yellow Harrenhal deck. Is it yellow, gold, red? What's the main color for Lannister? I don't know. Red Harrenhal. So let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get trolled on. It would be nice to set up this Northern Armory, but he definitely has March to the Wall, so we can't do that. 3 bodyguards is nice. Although the only big lord we have is the dude that sacks himself, so... But it may be worth it to stack those onto Roost, just so we can ignore military claim. The Tickler, interesting. Let's see if he starts with Heir to the Iron Throne. I mean, he's got Rickon. I think it would be a smart thing to do. Of course, the good news is if we win a challenge with Roose Bolton, then we can just kill Rickon. I was thinking to myself, I wasn't explaining out loud. This guy can cancel the agenda. Interesting. Late Summer Feast. Oh, goodness. I think I want him to go first because of Ward. This guy can cancel my agenda, but if I kill him with Roose Bolton, then he can't cancel it. So I pick him to go first because if I marshal... Wow, 1 character. Only Arya. That's great. If I go first and marshal Arya, then he can put Ward on Arya. This way he has to put it on Bear Island Scout. And if he does Ward Ramsay Snow, then I probably lost the game. But there's nothing I can do about that. Just have to deal with it. Well, it's not going to be that, so... Well, that's not what I like to see. Let me definitely do this. Let's just go ahead and make him use it, maybe? Actually, if I don't play her... Well, no, she only costs 1 gold. Let's just do it. And I guess I have to pass now. Maybe I should have put another bodyguard. Yeah, I probably should have put another bodyguard. That might have been a mistake. Oh, goodness. No, the bodyguards sitting in my hand can absorb intrigue claims, so they're pretty good. Come on, bro. Initiate a challenge. Yeah, give me those draws off a late summer feast. That's right. Oh, I might not should have let that guy win a challenge, but it's probably fine. That's why we held on to the bodyguards. I think that's questionable on his part. Oh no, because he doesn't realize that I have the stealth event in my hand. So he still thinks he's safe from my agenda right now. He's actually not, but he could have burned men and get the 2 gold with Tyrion's ability. Or he could just pull the event with intrigue. Which is probably what will happen. Probably what will happen. Oh, that's fine. Now, do I do an intrigue and then stand roost with the Northern Armory? That's the question here. I am not sure. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Oh, that could have been a horrible mistake. I should not have done that. I forgot it gives him Tyrion gold. I might have let him bring in the Hound by doing that. That could be so bad if he has the Hound in his hand. Do I do this? No, I don't. Good hit. Littlefinger. I mean, he wasn't going to do anything. Alright, where's the Hound? Oh, there's no Hound. He didn't do anything. That feels bad. This feels really bad. There's going to be a lot of stuff gone. He's still going to have a bigger board than me. I've only got a 2-cost character, but this is what we call a lot of damage. What does that mean? The Flex Seal, I think, where the guy like saws a boat in half and goes, "That's a lot of damage." Get out. Holy gee. Oh, goodness. So that was 6 cards that he just lost off of that challenge? Roose Bolton, man. Flea Bottom, 4 characters, and a Tyrion duplicate. 6 cards. That's crazy. That's some free folk level stuff right there. I'm definitely not going to play March to the Wall here. I would never do something like that. Unfortunately, I believe Bear Island Scout is after you marshal. Yeah, she doesn't work with Flea Bottom. Oops, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to click that plot. March to the wall. That was a misplay. Political disaster. His plot deck must be really terrible for his best card in this situation to be a political disaster that removes a Heart Tree Grove, and that's all it does. Like, really? You need to rethink your plot deck, man. Alright, well, this game turned around in fairly short order. Now, I don't think I can actually afford Rob here, can I? No, I can exactly afford him. But I actually don't feel like doing that. I'd rather just play a bunch of smaller cards, I think, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I like this. Then I can do Heir to the Iron Throne next turn. This is like, it just feels safer, I guess, and the opponent is in such a crappy spot. He's so far behind. I don't feel the need to be greedy. He must have just now top decked that. Either that or he made the biggest misplay ever last turn. That's... oh, goodness. He top decked the Hound the turn after the Hound could have saved him. That's so sad. Sorry. I guess he's trying to keep the Hound in play. Which is fine, but go ahead and, yeah, do your discard. Alright, let's go for some Heir to the Iron Throne. I'm really surprised that he set up this card, Rickon, and then he doesn't have Heir to the Iron Throne in his deck, apparently. Either that or, I mean, but I don't know why he wouldn't start with it as his first plot. If he has it and he has Rickon, I mean, that's the best time to use it, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, goodness. Duel. Well, that could have been more useful later in the game. Obviously, this is not the best time to play it. This guy's plot deck. This is another not great turn in terms of plots for him. I feel like he should probably have Close Call and Counting Coppers at least. Even Trade Routes would have been a 6 gold plot. Well, this is pretty good. Do we want Wyman or Roost? Probably Wyman because the hand's kind of empty and we're pretty far ahead. So we can use Wyman to draw some cards. The first game that I tried to do the Heir to the Iron Throne with Rickon, when it asked if I had any interrupts to the plot, I just clicked on Rickon thinking that I was activating the plot, and instead I used my own Rickon interrupt to cancel my plot. That was pretty sad. I didn't try to take it back. I just accepted it because I thought it was funny. Okay, let's see what he's got. We see the Hound, so there's not much else he can have for 4 gold. I mean, he can have Ward, but Ward's not really going to bother me that much. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, it should be fine, even if he does Ward. And as soon as he does, well, if he has Ward, it's going to be the only thing he marshals. So I was going to say as soon as he does anything, then I'm going to kneel the Winterfell Steward. But and if he has Ward, he would put it on Bran anyways, not on Winterfell Steward. Oh, well, that's a card. Man, it is snowing something fierce here today. If only you guys could see outside my window. It is white. It's all white. It is a stark winter here. So maybe I'm going to be snowed in today and spend the day testing my Targ and Tyrell Sea of Blood decks, which will be the decks for next week. Targaryen Sea of Blood should be a guilty pleasure. I don't know if I can even call it a pleasure, but it'll definitely feel guilty playing it. I mean, talk about a scummy deck, Targaryen Sea of Blood, like, good lord. Okay, well, I don't know what he's doing with that Isle of Ravens. You don't shuffle my Rickon back in? That's what I would do. He should shuffle my Flea Bottom stuff back so I won't have Claim Soak and I can't get free draws off of Wyman's ability. But I think he's just dead, sort of. Like, I feel like I'm in such a good spot. I don't see how he can win this game. Now, I'm not going to say 100%. Something could always happen. You never know what might happen. I want Sirio or Great John. If I play Sirio, I can't use Flea Bottom, so let's do Great John. You never know what might happen. But I do think I'm at a very strong disadvantage. I mean, advantage. I'm not playing Rob because of Valar Dohaeris. Because he played Duel, so he almost certainly has Valar Dohaeris in his deck. Should I defend this? I'm actually not sure if I should bother. Probably not. I mean, I don't really care about the military claim. Let's just do this. Get a free draw with Wyman's ability. And thanks to the bodyguard, we're very safe from Valar Morghulis. We don't have to be scared of that. Now I don't really have to be scared of Valar Dohaeris either, because I have another Wyman copy. So I can just sit on that, and like it doesn't really matter what he does. I have a bunch of economy, I have Flea Bottom, like I'm pretty set. So one problem for the opponent in this game, in addition to his poorly constructed plot deck is his lack of locations. He doesn't have any economy locations. He hasn't had even one the entire game, which is very unfortunate. I feel bad for him. That's one of my least favorite things in this game, is when I don't draw any economy and I lose because of it. That really sucks. Like, he probably does need to discard again to keep the Hound in play in here, because he just can't afford. Yeah, he just can't afford to keep paying for him. I'm gonna win dominance anyways, right? Yeah. Now he is playing Noble Lineage. I do not understand what the purpose of this card is. Noble Lineage. What is the logic there? That is a strange one. I have to say he's made some not great deck building choices. Maybe that I literally can't imagine what the point of that is. Oh, my Arya is dead. She got killed by Heron Hall, so let's do close call. Oh, he's not using the Lannister Heron Hall. He had the Stark Heron Hall. What is the purpose of that? Like, how are you going to play Stark Lion and you don't use the Lannister Heron Hall? That's the whole point. I don't know. Oh, it's this plot. This always gets randomly flipped at some point. It's this plot. So we have 3 duplicates if we marshal Arya. And 2 chump characters and the ability to bring in another one with Flea Bottom. So we're like beyond safe from any sort of military claim strategy. Give me a sec. Sure. This card, the Stark Heron Hall, is another card that obviously would be pretty good in this deck here. And it's one of those cards I just don't have room for. So many cards I would like to have in this deck that I don't have room for. It's weird. I've been playing this game long enough to remember when Stark was bad. And now it's like you can't even fit all the good cards into one deck for Stark. Probably the faction that's seen the most improvement since I started playing the game. Stark used to be kind of tied with Baratheon, as you know, they were both sort of competing for which one was the worst faction, and now he's probably in the top 3. Baratheon, unfortunately, is still just bad. Baratheon has improved a little bit. When Martell Wolf was the most popular deck, Baratheon has like a 100% lose rate against that. So they're a little better now, but not that much. I think they've gone down some now that Greyjoy is everywhere. They really don't do great against Greyjoy. They were pretty good against Greyjoy for a while because Greyjoy didn't have 5 million stand abilities. But now Greyjoy has a bunch of stand. So they're not that good anymore. Like, if you're Greyjoy and you just marshal the 7-cost Victarion and the Baratheon player doesn't have a milk for him, I mean, you just totally laugh at the Neil abilities. You know, you can stand your Victarion like 15 times. You don't care. Is this a shadow card? Maybe it's Mirror Read. Could also be a Bolton Flare. Okay. Oh, even more chump characters. Oh, yes, I love it. All the chumps. Yeah, all the little guys. I should have used the Great Hall, and then I could afford Sirio Pharrell. It doesn't matter. Still using the Isle of Ravens on his discard pile instead of mine. Some people seem to do that. They forget that this card can be used on the opponent, the Isle of Ravens. Oh, it's Mirror Read. What a shocker. Should probably use that on Wyman Manderley so I can't keep drawing cards, right? Think that would be the correct choice. I probably should have used Wyman Manderley during marshalling phase to get another card to spend this 4 extra gold on. Probably should have used him on the Winterfell Steward. Could have top decked into Ward. That would have been pretty spicy. Okay, he blanked my Arya. I think that was incorrect. I don't know what that accomplishes. I mean, I guess he took away my stealth military icon, so he doesn't have to be as scared of my agenda. That makes a little bit of sense now that I think about it. Well, we're going to cancel that. Definitely no events allowed. Unfortunately, I do have to accept this 2-claim intrigue. That's not fun, but it'll probably discard Summer. That's more fun. I was wondering if you would have that. That's pretty spicy. Now, why did he put it on Arya instead of Greyjohn? I don't know. But whatever. I'm taking this card back because when I marshal it next turn, it can pull both of the other Bear Island Scouts out of my deck. So it's a lot of card advantage, and it thins out the deck so that I won't be top decking 2-cost characters. Of course, the game probably won't even go on that long. I'll probably win next turn would be my guess. But in theory, that's why I took this card back. No need to let him win a power challenge. And I guess he is going to have to accept an agenda trigger here. Yeah, he's just going to attack. I guess he just doesn't care. I think I have one more Wyman trigger left. Yeah, this is the third one for the turn. Oh, I will just win this turn. I'll get to 15 since he doesn't have any defenders. Let's just meme on him. Get Winter's Coming, even though we can't use it. Yeah, GG. So he had Ward in his hand this whole time. But to be fair, until just now when I marshaled Arya, there was not any great targets for it, so hit him with the concede. He just left. Got him, I guess. Well, Stark Sea of Blood. Pretty damn good deck. No Wyman trigger. Oh, I wasted it. But I can keep sacrificing everything. There's no limit. You can sacrifice your whole board if you want. Why not? Just do it. Sacrifice everything. Okay. So tomorrow will be Targaryen Sea of Blood. Probably the scummiest Sea of Blood deck. I think in terms of actually winning games, Greyjoy's probably a little bit better at the moment. But Greyjoy feels less scummy. I don't know why. I just hate Targaryen. That's probably why. But I'm going to be playing it. Because I'm going to play every faction, damn it. That's how I do. So we'll see about that.